Alright guys, on this homework, you are going to be doing everything that we've done this chapter so far. So, I'm going to, now this one, carbon tetrafluoride, I kind of threw this in there to kind of go back to chapter 5, make sure you know how to write carbon tetrafluoride. If you're not sure, send me something right away, and I'll kind of talk you through that. But that is chapter 5, knowing how to write those. Alright, so, you're going to go on there, you're going to, maybe for instance BF3, you're going to find valence, the number of valence electrons, do your dot structure, figure out the shape, and draw it like it should look. And once you get that, once you draw it like it should look, you are then going to go through and you're going to draw your arrows, and you're going to tell me, is it polar or non-polar? Now these, first off, sorry, you're going to tell me if it's polar or non-polar. And then once you find out if it's polar or non-polar, you're going to say polar, dipole. If it's non-polar, you're going to tell me it's dispersion. Now remember, we haven't done much with hydrogen, but hydrogen is if it is connected to nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. So if you have something on here that is hydrogen with one of those three, that right away is a hydrogen. You're going to tell me it's a hydrogen, that the force is hydrogen. Now also remember, when you get the ones that are just two elements, like hydrogen and chlorine, it's just those two by themselves, it's not HCl2 or anything like that, you can just subtract. Alright, you can subtract to figure all that out. Now you still need to draw it out for me. You still need to do the dots and the lines, show me it's linear, but you can also just subtract numbers to figure out what it is. You can do that for HCl, for NaCl, HF, everything else on here though, like boron and fluorine, you have boron and 3 fluorine, so there's 4. So you can't do that, you have to draw the shape out on that. O2, you can do that for O2 where you just subtract. Alright, so everything else is you have to do the arrows to figure it out. But the ones that just have 2 and that is it, you can just subtract. Alright, so make sure you're doing everything. I have it like highlighted, draw. And it says with any resonance structures, you're going to give me the shape. Now you may just draw it. You can write the shape out, down, like, oh, it's tetrahedral. Or you can draw it in the tetrahedral, and that's fine too. Bond angles, that is really for my bent ones. If I have bent ones, I have bent that is about 109.5, but I have a bent, that option that's about 120. The polarity, if any, is it polar or non-polar? Maybe it's neither one. Maybe it is ionic, and then you would just write ionic. And the force, you are going to tell me if it was ionic, if the polarity, if there were no polarity and it was ionic, then the force is also ionic. If there was polarity though, you're going to tell me, was it polar and make it dipole? Was it non-polar, dispersion? Or maybe it is a hydrogen bond that's connected to fluorine, oxygen, or nitrogen. Alright, so there's a lot going on here. Make sure you're doing that for every single one. And we're going to take a couple days to work on this in class. It's for a grade, so I want to make sure that if they need any help, they have that opportunity to get help from me. Same with you guys. If you need any help, you can always come in after school on Fridays, or just get in contact with me and I'll help you guys out. Okay, I don't hear from too many of you. If you need anything from me, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you guys. Alright, so if you need anything at all, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.